July 20th, 1943. 28,000 feet above the German border. Luftwaffe ace Joseph Wormheller looked down at the formation of American bombers crawling across the sky below. His Focke-Wulf 190 was fast. Deadly. He'd shot down 93 Allied planes. The escort fighters beside the bombers looked fat. Slow. Ugly. The P-47 Thunderbolt. German pilots called it the Jug. Short for Juggernaut. But they said it as a joke. That thing was built like a milk bottle. Too heavy. Too big. Wormheller smiled. This was going to be easy money. He rolled into his attack dive. Standard tactics. Come in fast from above. Hit the stragglers. Then he heard it. A sound that made his blood freeze. Not the high whine of machine guns. Something deeper. Heavier. Like thunder ripping through metal. His wingman's plane just exploded. No fire. No smoke trail. Just gone. Wormheller yanked his stick hard right. 8 P-47s were diving on his squadron. Not running. Not defending. Hunting. His hands started shaking. Quick thing before we continue. Hit subscribe if you want more incredible WW2 stories like this. We're building something special here and you'll want to be part of it. That fat ugly plane the Germans mocked would destroy 39 Luftwaffe fighters in the next 30 days. The P-47 wasn't a mistake. It was a weapon designed to kill everything in the sky. This is the story of how American engineering turned German confidence into wreckage. Back in 1942, the Luftwaffe owned the skies over Europe. Their Messerschmitt 109s and Focke-Wulf 190s were fast, nimble, and deadly. German pilots had been fighting for 3 years straight. They had experience. They had kills. When they first saw the P-47, they couldn't believe it. The thing weighed 7 tons. Most fighters weighed 4. It looked like someone strapped wings to a water heater. German intelligence called it a failure before it ever reached combat. They were wrong. The P-47 had one thing no other fighter on Earth could match. Power. The plane was built around the most powerful engine America could make. The Pratt & Whitney R2800. 2,800 horsepower. That's double what a Messerschmitt had. The Germans thought weight would make it slow. They didn't understand what all that power meant. At altitude, above 20,000 feet, the P-47 was faster than anything Germany had. It could dive at speeds that would rip other planes apart. And it could take punishment that would down any other fighter. May 15th, 1943. The first real test. A formation of B-17 bombers headed deep into Germany. 56 P-47s went with them as escorts. The Luftwaffe came up to meet them with 120 fighters. This was supposed to be a slaughter. The bombers were the target. The P-47s were just in the way. But something strange happened. The American pilots didn't run. They didn't just defend. They attacked. German ace Egon Meyer-Dove on a bomber and suddenly had 3 P-47s on his tail. He tried to outmaneuver them. Couldn't. He tried to outdive them. They followed him down past 500 miles per hour. His controls started to shake. The P-47s didn't. Meyer barely made it home. He wrote in his diary that night that fighting the Thunderbolt was like fighting a tank with wings. Here's what made the P-47 so deadly. 8 50 caliber machine guns. 4 in each wing. Each gun fired 800 rounds per minute. Do the math. That's over 6,000 rounds per minute total. When a P-47 opened fire, it sounded like the sky was tearing apart. The punch was unreal. One burst could saw a Messerschmitt in half. German pilots called it the walking death. You'd see the tracers coming and there was nothing you could do. The shells would walk up your plane like footsteps. Then you were done. The numbers tell the story. In July 1943, P-47s flying out of England destroyed 39 German fighters in 1 month. That's more than 1 per day. The Luftwaffe was losing experienced pilots faster than they could replace them. By the end of 1943, P-47 squadrons had shot down over 600 German planes. The loss rate was insane. Germany was building about 350 fighters per month. America was building over 2,500. and the P-47 could take damage that would kill anything else. Pilots came home with holes the size of basketballs in their wings. One pilot landed with 3 cylinders blown off his engine. The plane still flew. Lieutenant Robert Johnson found out just how tough the P-47 was on June 26, 1943. He got separated from his squadron over France. 16 Focke-Wulfs jumped him. They hit him from every angle. Cannon shells ripped through his canopy. Shrapnel tore into his legs. His controls were shot to pieces. Half his tail was gone. He couldn't bail out. The canopy was jammed shut. So he just kept flying. The Germans kept shooting. They couldn't believe he was still in the air. Johnson flew that destroyed plane all the way back to England. He landed it. He walked away. The ground crew counted 209 holes in his aircraft. That's when the Germans knew. You couldn't kill this thing. Wormhelle, that ace from the beginning, he survived that first encounter with the P-47s. But his confidence was gone. He wrote letters home talking about the American planes. He said they were everywhere. Fast. Armored. Relentless. He said German pilots used to joke and laugh before missions. Now they were quiet. Scared. On June 29, 1944, Wormhelle took off to intercept another American bomber raid. He never came home. A P-47 got him. The P-47 didn't just win fights. It changed the entire air war over Europe. Before the Thunderbolt, German fighters could attack American bombers almost at will. After the P-47 arrived, the Luftwaffe started losing the sky. German pilots stopped being hunters. They became prey. By D-Day in 1944, the Allies had total air superiority over France. The P-47 was a big reason why. America built 15,600 P-47 Thunderbolts during the war. They served in every theater. Europe, Pacific, China. They shot down more enemy planes than any other American fighter. Over 3,500 confirmed kills. The plane the Germans laughed at became the plane they feared most. The Germans called it the 7-ton milk bottle. They laughed at it, mocked it, said it was too fat to fight. But that fat plane became their nightmare. Every time a Luftwaffe pilot heard that deep roar of 850 calibers, they knew death was close. The P-47 didn't just win battles. It broke the German Air Force. It proved that American engineering could turn raw power into absolute dominance. One plane, 15,000 built. 3,000 enemy fighters destroyed. The joke was on Germany. Thanks for watching. Next time we're covering the insane story of the American submarine that sank a train. Yeah, you heard that right. A train. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. You don't want to miss that one. I'll see you in the next video.